What's up, boys? We're back with some more Bounty of One, a pretty basic bullet heaven, but it's executed fairly well, sitting at an 88% positive rating on Steam currently, still getting updates to this day, with a new one adding a pretty interesting sounding character, where every projectile that pierces an enemy grows in size and damage. They also move slower and you gain 3 pierces for free, so we're going to do a full penetration build to try and make our balls as large and damaging as possible. There is a bit of a mechanic in this game where you can't move and attack at the same time, so there's a bit of a balancing act between maximizing your damage and collecting stuff, and also avoiding enemy attacks and all. But there are some movement-based builds where you can actually like shoot out daggers and stuff or lightning bolts whenever you move. So let's gain some attack speed here to make moving and attacking a little bit easier to pull off. But we're not going to do the movement attacking based stuff too much here. It might be helpful to grab a little bit. Ooh, legendary attack speed, not bad. Because I don't think there's really any interactions between the movement-based stuff and your basic weapon. And I just want to make the balls as big as possible, basically. Let's do some damage to go with the attack speed here. The more unique upgrades we can get will come from the little mini-bosses that should start spawning fairly soon. Let's do some more damage here. And that's really what we're interested in, so that we can get like more pierces and various stats related to piercing. Maybe some bouncing to make it even easier to pierce enemies. That would be pretty cool. Let's just do some attack speed there. Oh yeah, you do have dashes as well. Epic attack speed or legendary piercing? Ooh. Alright, let's see what our first unique drop here is. After you dash, throw 5 knives in a cone towards the closest enemy, gain 1 dash. Enemies in an area around you are faster but take more damage, or next shot deals 2 times more damage burst into multiple projectiles, but reduces your attack speed with a pretty long cooldown. I don't think that really fits the build here. You can lower the cooldown with some items. Honestly, let's toss some rerolls here, I think. See if there's anything super interesting. For each current health, get bigger, deal more damage but move slower. Permanently augments damage but your projectiles are slower. Or when you take damage, triple your attack speed. So there actually was something and the patch notes about your projectiles scaling with your character's size as well. So honestly, that sounds cool. It adds another scaling avenue with HP, and that should make our projectiles bigger as well. I think. Attack speed, damage, crit chance. Let's get some more attack speed. Four rerolls. 2% movement, 1% attack speed each time you pick up a collectible. That sounds pretty nice. 36 projectiles around you upon taking damage, gain 2 health. I'm already kind of slow. I feel like this is the safer option. We need to get a bit more of the speed-related stuff before I can go hard on the HP, I think. Cooldown of dashes and abilities. We don't have a ton of that stuff yet. Let's go for some blue crit damage here. I guess we could toss some rerolls on here if we get a bunch of junk. 2 HP, I mean, I guess I'll try it. We're gonna be super slow though. HP, area, and pickup range. Might be good to grab some of that. Crit damage or HP. Let's go a bit more over here. We do need to grab some crit chance as well to go with all of that now, though. One of your dash slots is ready. Create a burst that deals 100% damage. Take damage, reduce your max health. I feel like that's probably bad now that we're scaling with health, though. Projectiles has a random size and damage boost between minus 20% and plus 80%. That actually sounds kind of cool. It will sometimes have a downside, but the ones with plus 80% will be absolutely crazy. Area of effect, pickup range, sure. Blue attack speed. Blue cooldown. There's probably eventually going to be some pretty useful stuff there, and I don't mind having the faster dashes since they're pretty useful for repositioning without interrupting my attack too much. Purple cooldown, area of effect, pickup range. I think those are both decent. Let's go a little bit more over here for the repositioning. Blue health, sure. Damage, purple attack speed, not bad. After you dash, throw 5 knives. That's actually not bad now that we are scaling up the dash stuff a bit. When one of your dashes is ready, create a burst that deals 100% damage. Take 2 damage in a row, heal for 3 health. Interesting. But I wouldn't mind one of these. But we do have some rerolls. We could try and find some more interesting stuff as well. 1 bounce for every pierce you have. Okay, that sounds insane. I'm glad I rerolled there. 70% of enemy special attacks are less precise. Dynamite before each dash explodes and deals damage in an AoE. After 2 seconds, gain 1 dash. But yeah, we are absolutely taking that. Blue crit damage. Oh my god, what is that? Plus reroll here, legendary bouncing. Sure. Cooldown, attack speed, let's go here, I think. Blue health, yep. One more choice for each upgrade and object selection. That sounds really good, okay. That's a lot of dogs. What are they doing? I'm so slow. Okay, I thought that thing would stay up, but it looks like it completely resets after a while, not picking anything up. I am insanely slow without that. So yeah, I guess we actually do need some movement speed for the boss fights then. Take 2 damage in a row, heal. Next shot deals 2 times, burst into multiple, cooldown 8 seconds. Invincible minion that picks up coins where you move slower and inflicts your damage when it collides with an enemy. Or projectiles bounce off the edges of the screen. Absolutely. Look how big my balls are now, Jesus. Yeah, we definitely need some movement speed for the boss fights. Explosion dealing 4 times your damage upon taking damage to health. When you take damage, nope, don't want that one. 2 shields block projectiles. Current health is an even number, gain damage, odd lose damage. That's kind of weird. I feel like the upside on that should probably be higher since it's kind of hard to play around. I guess we'll take the shields to block projectiles, see how that works out. More HP, yup. I can't really tell if the character size is affecting my projectiles though. The balls still seem pretty small before they pierce anything. So maybe I was misreading what was happening in those patch notes. Yeah, let's go purple attack speed. Projectiles should be destroyed, damage is reduced, and they pierce instead. That sounds interesting. Gradually grow in size and damage, resets when taking damage. That's the item for this character, I guess. Raises attack speed, but half your shots are less precise. Tracked all collectibles when you eliminate a deputy. I think those are the mini bosses. I'm thinking that should make it a lot easier to get a lot of pierces and ramp the balls up to a huge size. Legendary piercing, yup. Is there any way to see your current stats for like, oh, there we go. So 210% damage, 105% attack speed, 155% movement speed. So actually without that thing stacked up, we're at like minus 50%, I think. Yeah, it sounds like we can have 100% on that. Purple cooldown, okay. %, special attacks less precise, stand still, you charge up knives. When you move, release all of them. That sounds kind of cool. When one of your dashes is ready, create a burst. 36 projectiles around you upon taking damage. Honestly, that sounds pretty cool. Since you want to be standing still most of the time anyways, and then that should just absolutely destroy everything when you have to reposition every once in a while. Oh, they get all the bounces as well. Okay, that's awesome. Purple area pickup range. Sure. Oh yeah, I guess I do want to get to a point where we just pick up all of the XP as soon as it drops, so I don't really have to move around much. If that's even possible in this game. Well, that'll help. Legendary pickup range and area. Permanently raises attack speed, but shots are less precise. Projectiles slow down enemies by 70%. Immunity to damage each time you level up, lasts for 8 seconds. Movement speed inflict damage to enemies while it lasts. Tracks all collectibles on screen upon taking damage. I'm thinking one of these two. This will probably help more against bosses as well. I'm assuming you can't slow them by 70%. And I'm assuming our projectiles bounce so many times that they'll still hit pretty often, even with the less precision. Purple dashes. Yeah, we haven't gotten any of that yet. Could be helpful. That's a big knife. Oh, the weapon thing probably applies to the knives as well, so they get bigger as they pierce also. I'm like trying to stagger the pickup so we can keep the attack and movement speed going. Purple crit damage. But we are out of them now, so I'm going to be very slow soon. That's a lot of fiery rocks, and that guy is insanely tanky, my god. I can't even move out of that. I feel like the rocks on the ground aren't matching the projectiles he's throwing. Like, one of those landed right on top of me, but nothing spawned there. Additional choice for upgrades. Rare or higher quality, that sounds pretty nice. Projectiles poison enemies, 10% of your damage on a 0.3 second cooldown. Spreads to enemies in an area. Triple your shot permanently, but reduces your attack speed by 40%. Okay, that sounds awesome. 4 times faster, but deal 3 times less damage. That's not that much of an increase. Those both sound funny. I guess that one looks the most insane, and at the end of the day, that's what's most important. Oh, that's actually really good at stacking up the knife thing. Since it's based on attacking. But I can't do anything to mini bosses now. Help! Purple dashes, I guess? I don't feel like that does a lot for me because they recharge like consecutively instead of separately. Projectiles slow down enemies, that would be pretty good now. Out of dash, gain movement, crit damage, and damage. It's actually pretty good, but kind of risky as well. Let's go with the huge slow, I think. That should apply to everything now with this insane attack speed. %20 damage, projectiles are slower. 5% damage for every pierce and gain 1 pierce. We're almost certainly going for that one. 1 dash for every pierce you have, gain 1 pierce. Yeah, we definitely need that. Triple crit damage, yeah. We definitely need some blue crit chance. Dynamite before each dash. Take damage, reduce your health. Nope. Damage in an area before dashing. Each bounce you have, summon a tumbleweed that bounces off the edges. Deals your base damage and +1 bounce. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. We have an insane number of bounces, I think. Oh, I guess that one boss drop we took actually kind of makes stuff like that kind of bad. Yeah, that kind of doesn't really fit with items that deal damage, I guess. Oh well. Triple dashes or damage. Immunity to damage, attack speed by 1% for every enemy, 5% crit chance for each ready to use dash. Okay, that sounds really good. Yup. So if we can find that mini-boss drop again that gives you dashes based on the number of pierces you have, that combo would go absolutely insane now. Area, critical damage, yeah, let's grab a bit of that. Should have pretty good crit chance now. Enemies are dying so fast, I can't really get huge balls anymore, though. What am I doing? Oh, I can block those with my shield. Isn't that kind of crazy? I can just run into his balls and destroy them. And then it becomes a lot easier to dodge everything. My balls reign supreme. Oops. Oh, there's ones on the other side as well that don't, like, show all the way across the screen, actually. feel like it should do all that stuff like after the run. It's kind of annoying having a bunch of those pop up when you're just trying to continue. Every 1 meter deals damage around you. Invincible minion picks up coins. Picking up hearts no longer heals you, gains base damage. Interesting. Reload all dashes at once. Oh, okay. Oh wait, uses all of them in succession. Okay, that sounds super annoying and hard to control. I'm thinking probably that one? That's a lot of damage. And we do eventually want the run to end after we go for a while anyway, so that it doesn't get too long. Attack speed. And we go pick up all the hearts for lots of damage. Take damage, heal for 3 health. Oh, we could actually grab that so I still have some source of healing. 70% of enemy attacks are less precise. Yeah, let's grab that. Mitigate the downside of the item we just took before it. Blue area, sure. Also shoot behind you? That sounds insane. Out of dashes. Augment damage, reduce attack speed, projectiles move faster. Stationary, each shot stacks 2 knives, attack speed is reduced by 50%. That sounds kind of bad for my builds. That sounds insane. Purple area, sure. Yeah, purple cooldown. It's fine. Explosion upon taking damage, gradually grow in size. I do want that now. Dynamite, dash those 5 knives. Yep. Look at me, I am the boss now. Blue cooldown, sure. Heal for 1 after dashing, plus 30-second base dash cooldown. Check collectibles further away, stay still, periodically fire projectiles around you. That sounds pretty nice, actually. Yup. And that should scale with the cooldown set, I believe. So damage or cooldown. That will give us a lot more balls with the thing we just got. Enemies around you are faster, take more damage, immunity to damage on level up, augment damage, but projectiles are slower. Not super excited about any of these. Heal for 1 after dash, longer cooldown, gain 10% attack speed every 120 seconds, reset the progression when you take damage. Current health, reload all dashes at once. I think we just take that. Bit of attack speed every once in a while. Damage or movements. Take 2 damage, heal, immunity to damage on level up. An orbiting projectile regularly. Okay, that sounds cool. Oops, was the last one. Dynamite before dashing. Nope, we're taking the orbiting projectile. Blue crit damage. Rerolls, damage on dashing, 2 meters, lightning strikes a random enemy. None of these are super important. We can just grab that for the things that scale with the number of dashes, I think. My huge orbiting ball is going off screen. Purple crit damage or dashes. They're probably pretty similar. Subtract collectibles. Enemies in an area faster take more damage. Target deputies. Increase your damage and attack speed until it dies or out of screen. That is never stacking up. They die instantly. I guess that's fine with the number of dashes we have. Very long cooldown, but that should scale with cooldown as well. So it's probably closer to like 10 seconds or so with the amount we've already gotten for it. In fact, I can probably just check one of them. Nope, still seems to be around 30 seconds actually. Special attacks less precise, take damage, triple attack speed, and 2 health. 30 shots, next shot is slow. Huge shields, 3 times more damage and cannot be stopped. That sounds awesome. Augments damage, but projectiles are slower. I've gotta see what that looks like. Oh, it's just a small missile that's slower than my huge balls. Oh, there we go. They are actually pretty big after a while, I guess. Cooldown, sure. Explosive grenade towards the nearest enemy. Damage around after you dash. Take damage, triple attack speeds. Nope. I guess just the grenade? Actually, health gives us size. That's fine. We can also make our character as big as possible with that. More movements. Dynamite on dash, augment damage, projectiles are slower. Damage but reduces attack speed, but they move faster. Projectiles deal critical damage, they pierce. Okay, that sounds insane. Although everything's dying so fast, I guess it won't really matter at this point. We have at least 55% crit chance from the dash charges. Enemies are faster, take more damage. Invincible minion picks up stuff. Reload all dash charges at once. We can do that so that I don't really have to move around as much to keep the thing that gives attack and movement speed stacked. Reload all dashes at once. Move 2 meters, lightning strikes, 4 rerolls. I don't think any of these really matters too much. AoE pickup range. I can't pick up the chest there? Oh, there we go. 36 upon taking damage to health, damage around after dashing. A fake gold nugget to attract enemies. And its range, gain 50% movement speed, drop twice the coins. My dash cooldown's already so long though. 1 dash for every pierce you have. Yup. That is a lot of dashes and a lot of crit chance. Can I see my crit chance? I don't think so. That's damage, attack speed, and movement speed. So I guess you can't see your crit chance or damage. That's kind of weird. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19 dashes. So that's 95% crit chance off of those alone. Projectiles moves between 30 and 60% faster. That sounds awesome. Knives in random directions after moving. Explosive grenade. Dash recovery is reduced while moving. Yup, faster projectiles so they can pierce more and get even bigger. Blue area. Rerolls, lightning strikes, damage, reduces attack speed, projectiles move faster. I mean, I guess that's fine. 40% crit, but they no longer appear. We should be well over 100% crit now. I don't know if you can multi-crit in this game, but most bullet heavens, I feel like, do allow it now. And we can still scale it up through the dash upgrades anyways. Damage, but projectiles are slower, slows enemy projectiles, augments damage, reduces attack speed, 10% more experience. From past coins as well, so that should instantly apply then. We gained 1 level. Much more damage. Yeah, that's fine. I think we are probably going to end it soon, though. There's not really any challenge at this point. I'm too busted now. More HP. How much does that one thing give based on the HP? 10% damage, but move 5% slower. It doesn't say how much bigger you get, though. For each current health, you get bigger. Maybe we'll just try and stack a few more HP upgrades, see how big we can get. Rerolls, current health, dash, gain crit chance, 1 dash. One of your dash slots is ready, creates a burst. I'll just take that for the 1 dash, I guess. But yeah, the game is 88% positive on Steam, so people really like it. That is a very good rating for a bullet heaven. Projectiles are slower, current health, tracks all collectibles on screen. Ooh, 2 max health. Stationary, stacks knives, minus 50% attack speed, grenade, current health, tracked all collectibles. None of those really matters. More explosions. I think we'll just do one more chest and see a few more upgrades and then call it. We are way too strong at this point. I'm almost as big as the missiles now. Anything cool in here? Projectiles bounce 2 more times, bounce now in the opposite direction. Oh man, that would have been insane if we had gotten that earlier. Standing still increases attack speed until you move. That would have been insane also. Whenever you move, adds 8% to area and raises damage by 5% for every meteor. Up to 10 times. That sounds crazy for a full movement build, actually. But I've got to see what that looks like. And then we'll end it. There's no way to see, like, your base damage from all of the heart stacking. Yeah, that is a very limited stat screen. We got some sort of ball there. And a super black market. What is that? A chest at the start of the game. You have beaten a sheriff in the previous run. I have 0 on that, or what? How do you do that then. Enemies have 5% of dropping coins twice. Fourth chest dropped on the floor is doubled. That sounds insane. Mythic upgrades have a low chance of appearing. That sounds insane too. Chance of generating an additional choice for your upgrades by 10%. Chance of generating an additional choice of chest by 10%. 1 banish for upgrades per game. 1 banish reroll in your chest per game. I guess they share currency? Oh yeah. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.